Hey everybody, Boris Schlossberg. The biggest story in the currency market today is the plight of the dollar, which has been making lower lows all day long, especially against the Japanese yen, as investors are getting ready for the FOMC rate decision and the presser. Now, the rate decision is expected to be uneventful because the market is expecting no change in Fed policy, but the presser could be very interesting, especially because the data from the US has been very contradictory. This morning we had very positive data from ADP labor report, but yet very negative data from ISM manufacturing, which showed pricing pressures continue to decline all the way down to the 50 level. Now, the ADP report may have been overstating the job growth because of the census numbers, so the market really kind of shrugging it off and actually trading down on the dollar in front of the Fed, as it assumes that the Fed is going to be very dovish going into the meeting. However, it's also going to be very interesting to see how the Fed handles all the interference from the White House, with President Trump yesterday tweeting that he wants to see a Fed rate cut of 1% and perhaps a return to QE. It's going to be very important to see if the Fed sort of demands its own independence, especially given the fact that most of the US data has been relatively robust. Now, however, if the Fed comes out and essentially provides a dovish message, as the market expects, it's very likely the dollar could fall further, and we could be in play to test some very, very key levels, especially 110 on the spot level and 91 on the futures level as we go forward. Because under these conditions, the market is essentially going to assume there'll be no possibility of a rate hike anywhere through the end of this year. And perhaps even the baseline scenario is that we may be in a situation where the Fed could begin to cut rates despite the fact that the economy continues to grow nicely. So in this very big quandrum, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how the trade happens today. It's certainly going to be the central event of the day, and be watching it very closely. That's the biggest story in the currency market today. This is Boris Schlossberg from NYMEX.